Hey, everybody. Let's go ahead and see what your soulmate wants to say. Let's talk about soulmates for a second. Soulmates are not always necessarily romantic. So, for some of you, yes. For others of you, no. This could be a soulmate family member, a soulmate friend that maybe you've lost touch with or had a falling out with. So, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is all romantic, even though I'm going to try and veer it that way. But this might actually resonate in other areas of your life. I daydream about you. Okay, Spirit, what else do we have here from their soulmate? I fear that if you get too close, you will hurt me. Okay, so this person actually pushed you away because they were afraid. It's like, pushing you away to justify. Yeah, I pushed you away because I was scared. Yeah, to justify. So they daydream of a life that they can have with you, but they know that they pushed you away. For I just heard fear of abandonment, or they're used to abandonment, so they abandon ship before you can so that they don't get hurt. I can't stand not talking to you. Yeah. So you guys are definitely not speaking, obviously, because you're daydreaming of one another. I've been learning a lot about spirituality. This person's trying to level up, I guess. They needed to do their own research. I don't feel good enough for you. Self-worth issue. This person has a self-worth issue. Who is this person? Comment. Let me know. If you've gotten this far, please give it a thumbs up, you guys. I'm going through a lot right now. Okay, so this person, they can't talk to you because they're dealing with some stuff. They're working through some of their own issues. I can't face you right now. Yep, this person, damn, this whole reading is literally I can't. That's all I hear is I can't. What else do we have here? I can feel you pulling away. Have you moved on? I'm sure. I keep a close eye on your social media. And I've cried over you. Wow, this person's got some serious issues. If I'm being completely honest, and I'm not trying to be mean, I am sensitive to what other people deal with, but I'm also not. I'm empathetic, not sympathetic, if that makes any sense to you guys. Because this all seems like self-induced. This person pushed you away. They were too afraid to follow their heart. Instead, they did everything they could to sabotage a relationship. And now they're sitting in depression, daydreaming about the life that they could have had with you. But after everything that they've done to push you away, and now you're finally moved on, they're spying on you. And they're probably spying on you and they're seeing that you're doing all right. But they're going through a lot, and they wish that they could talk to you about it. They daydream about maybe having conversations and, getting your advice and those types of things. So like I said, this is not necessarily a romantic relationship. This could be familial and friendly, okay? Or this could be an ex. Everybody's going to have a different story, but it's they need to... when learning a lot about spirituality, I almost see it as needing to learn how to let go and let God. Let God guide you. If God is guiding you, or the universe or spirit or your archangels or ancestors or whatever you want to call it, higher self, if it's guiding you to do something and it's only getting stronger, and this goes for the crosswatcher or the person who's the one doing all the sabotaging, if the universe is trying to get you to reach out to this person, then you need to listen to that niggle inside of you. And instead of waiting for this person to be gone, I mean, literally, you kind of teach people how to live without you when you do this kind of stuff. So that when you do come back, people are like, oh yeah? I remember feeling that way when you were right here. And I remember begging for that from you. And now, that I've learned how to move on, and now that I've learned how to, not that you get used to living without a person, it's just you start new routines, and eventually looking back, you're just wow, that sucked, and we never want to feel that again. So whoever's doing this, you know, this person's depressed. This person has deeper issues than you could have ever helped them through. So now this person's like stalking your social media. They're seeing that you're, living your life, having a good time, because they pushed you away. You didn't have a choice. If it was up to you, you would have still been in this person's life. You'd be tagging shit, sending reels back and forth through social media, making, jokes and fun and, whatever, kitty videos, puppy videos, just lighthearted side of life. But it just isn't that way anymore. Everybody's so fucking intense. Everybody's got their own goddamn issues that they can't fucking work through. And then they put it off on another unsuspecting person who's just like, I just want reciprocity. I just want you can't even ask for the bare minimum from this person because they're going to make you feel like shit over it. It's going to be like pulling teeth from them. Or they're going to be the ones who are kicking you while you're down. You're just like, I love you. I want to be here for you. I want you to be a part of my life. And they're just like, push me away. Everybody else left me, so I'm going to do this to you, even though you've not given any signs of doing any of that kind of shit to them. But they did. They were so afraid. Like, they loved the dream of what they thought they could have with you. But the reality was just the fucking opposite. And I do feel like for some of you, you're just like, yeah, I've moved on. Yeah, I'm living my life. What was I supposed to do? Sit down and cry with you? Continue allowing those tears to flow until you finally felt something? It's like, I've had people leave me over and over and over, and I let them back in, and I let them back in, and I let them back in. And I finally said to them, listen, I've already grieved you enough. Oh, I'm dead to you. That's not what I said. You're not dead to me. It's just I've already grieved you so many times. How many more tears am I supposed to shed when it's not going to change anything? Because while I'm over here crying tears of like, I love you and trying to prove my worth and prove my love and try to fix it, you didn't care. You kicked me while I was down. So now, okay, I had to get over it. And now I'm off living my life. And that's why hug me, kiss me, love me, miss me. Everybody hugs me, they kiss me, they tell me they love me. And then they fuck me over, they abandon me, and then they come back years later and they say, I miss you. I bet you fucking do. But I can't believe it took you that long to figure it out. And most of the time people don't come back because they owe you an apology. And it's apology that they're going to have to get out of their own ego to bring to you. Because at the end of the day, you weren't the problem. They were the one who created the problem and turned it around on you. And you became their scapegoat for whatever issues that were actually before you. Not your circus, not your monkey. They have to fix it. So in the meantime, whoever this is, good for you for pulling away. Good for you for, life doesn't stop and start just because we're grieving or we're in pain or because we're yearning or pining after somebody. Whoever this is, you're not yearning or pining. You're just moved on. And that's why I said, don't just think that this is your ex. This can be family where they're like, fuck, man, I shouldn't have done that. And now they've dug themselves so deep in this hole that you don't even care that you don't even talk to them. You're just off doing your spiritual shit. The spirituality part of it is you learn to let go. Let go and let God. If this person's supposed to be back in my life, then they will come back and make amends and they will have gone through the changes and upgrades that I had to go to get to this fucking place. And now they want to meet me on my level. And I think that that's a big problem too, is because by the time a person even is able to match your level, you're already ready to graduate and they're barely having a tough enough time fucking trying to integrate and sustain this level of vibration. Now you're up here and now they got to meet you up here. That's the evolution process. And that's why a lot of the times when people come back from the past, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And then they try to drag you back down into the vibration that you already worked so hard to get yourself out of. So they can spy all they want. They can ask around all they want. But at the end of the day, they're hurting themselves by not talking to you. They're hurting themselves by not apologizing. They hurt themselves, not you. You went through the pain. You've graduated. Good for you. I'm going to leave that there, you guys. Wow. Okay. So let me know how this reading resonates with you guys. I love you all so much. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how this reading resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, thefootstepstopeace.com. I got to go get Phoenix. Good luck.